HustleDreamProduction.
All right, you guys, so before you actually start cutting, what you want to do is pick the hair out. In this case, I'm going to pick the hair out and then comb it forward because he's getting waves, right? So I want to, direct the hair to go in that direction as much as possible. So I don't just want to pick the hair out. I also want to, move that hair going forward as well. So right now, I'm going to take his hair down to a 2.5. That's going to give enough length on the top for his hair to wave up. So right now, I'm just going with the grain, moving my clipper at a fairly decent rate. I'm not going too slow, but I am, really paying attention to, the direction of where I'm going in. With this texture, I feel like the 2.5 is a perfect length to go with to really start off his wave journey, because what he's gonna do, he's gonna go home, he's gonna brush his hair. Now, it may not be like the ideal length, but at this point, he needs to train his hair to lay down. So you don't want to take it to a 1.5 or below that because, you're not giving the waves any chance to form. You know what I mean? I think a 2.5 is the perfect length to, get the waves to form and also train the hair to lay down. You want to really make sure that you pay attention to that cowlick area on top and really pay attention to the direction that that's going in and, move accordingly, because you don't want to cut through it, because cutting through it will leave like a gap because you're going against the grain in certain directions. So if you ever notice you're cutting hair and you're going in the crown area and you're cutting through it, you're leaving a bald spot, that's because you're really not, paying attention to the way that the cowlick is growing. So after I took the hair down, I'm gonna slightly, do a slight brush session just to lay the hair down to make sure that everything is being brushed in place. That way, your client could kind of get a feel on how he needs to brush his hair as well. You know what I mean? Also, if you want to pick this brush up, you could pick it up at www.360gz.com. So moving on to the taper, I'm gonna set my bald line in using my trimmers, and I'm gonna set it in semi-low because I want him to have a chance to actually keep all of his waves closest to his hairline as possible. So I'm not gonna take it up too high. So to prevent from taking it up too high, I'm gonna throw on my one guard, and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna scoop out and I'm gonna go up about a full inch, and this is as far as I'm gonna go. All right, that's in my mind. This is as far as I'm gonna go. So right now I'm scooping out, really making sure that the bottom half is at that one guard length because I don't want to take it any higher than that. So sometimes you have to go a different angle to get everything down to a length that you want it. Also, brush the hair down so that you can get an idea on, what you need to take out. In this case, all I did was close the lever. I see some areas where I could clean it up a little bit better. By brushing the hair down, I see this area where I need to take it out. And I just, like I said, close the lever on that one guard. And I'm just using my corners to kind of, debulk that area. Next, I got my zero guard on with the lever fully closed. And kind of in a flick out motion, I'm kind of softening up that, that bottom line mixed with the middle line. Those areas where I see bulk, I'm just gonna clean those areas up. Meanwhile, really taking it down little by little. Now with the lever open, I'm just taking out those areas where the zero guard closed couldn't take it out. Really just using my corners and kind of getting those areas where I see bulk. Staying downward though, right? I'm not going up, I'm really fading downward. So I'm just kind of cleaning up those areas. Lastly, I'm gonna attack that bottom line by fully closing the lever and just adjusting the lever as I go up. Now, you could, do it the way you want to do it by softening up the bottom line, setting the lever halfway, and then softening it up, and then closing it and taking it out fully. But I like to just dive right in and just, take it out with the lever fully closed and go up. Also, detailing. Detailing is extremely important right now. I'm just stretching the skin with my thumb and basically just getting in those areas where I see bulk, kind of using my corners as much as possible. Now, a great way to look at it is by utilizing the mirror. The mirror shows you a different perspective on the blend than just seeing it head on. Also, if you don't have access to a mirror, look away from the blend, rest your eyes, come back, and start doing those little details like you see here with me using my corners. So the way I attack the back is a little different from how I attack the sides. I don't have to worry about keeping the blend as low as possible. So I'm gonna go in with my normal steps, all right? You wanna memorize these steps as much as possible. This will help you speed up on, your haircuts. It just makes the process a lot faster and easier. So here's the steps. I start off with my bald line first, then the lever open, one guard open, and then depending on how I'm feeling at the top, I'll either stop right there and just focus on blending down because I don't want to take off too much bulk at the top. Then I'll go with my zero guard with the lever fully closed, knock out that middle line. Lastly, take out that bottom line with the lever closed, and then attack the top with my two guard or, with a higher guard, all right, just to debulk. Go with the grain, but mainly I'm trying to keep that bulk at the top because like I said, I want to keep a lot of those waves at the top as much as possible. So you don't really want to attack that, as you go. You want to attack that last because you'll find out that you really don't need to take as much as you think. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off my client's wave process by applying some mousse in my client's hair. I'm gonna brush it in with the 360 GZ brush, making sure everything is nice and covered. After that, I'm gonna throw on the do-rag, tie it up, and make sure I blow dry the hair until dry. That's gonna take like at least 8 to 10 minutes. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep the front line by making sure it's nice and clean. And by doing that, I'm gonna use my shave cream just to put it on his edges of his lineup and the forehead, just to make sure everything is nice and clean and dry at the same time. I'm also gonna apply the hot towel. You wanna make sure before you apply the hot towel to check it on your skin first to see how it feels. Also ask your client if it's too hot, let me know. That way you don't burn your client. This might be doing too much, but I'm gonna still take you guys through the process. I'm gonna spray some holding spray on my client's hair just to lock everything in so it doesn't move at all, and blow dry. So I always like to take the lineup area down to a 1 guard, either a 1.5 or a 1. Just the tips of the hair, just so when he brushes his hair, he won't have any overlapping hair. So one tip I can give you guys when doing the lineup is to always start in the middle first. This shortens the distance on you having to go to one end to the other, right? You could maintain a perfect line by really double checking how straight you're getting that line. So don't go from one end to the next. The chances of you getting your line crooked is greater than if you would just start in the middle. So to all the beginners out there, I can't stress this enough. Don't use enhancements, all right? Because your first year of cutting hair is not gonna look like your 5-year in cutting hair, all right? You're gonna get way better. You don't wanna start using enhancements on what you're doing now because you haven't perfected the haircut first. Perfect the haircut first. Know how to give a natural haircut before you start using enhancements. But to anybody out there that want to know my mix on what enhancements I do use Kiss Express 98 Black, and I mix it 50-50 with alcohol. So this next thing I'm gonna do is another form of enhancements that you use. It's called a Barber Magic Pencil. And what it does is just adds contrast between the skin and the lineup. It actually makes the lineup pop even more, all right? A lot of people will see the end result of this and will think that, oh, you pushed them back because it's lighter, but really it's just the pencil. All it's doing is adding a contrast, making that area lighter so that, you know, the darker parts can pop. And lastly, to finish off the haircut, this doesn't matter if you're a waiver client, what client it is. An African American client, you always want to make sure you do a freehand trim. What this does, it gets the frizzy hairs to lay down, and it just takes it off of the top as well. It just gives an overall finished haircut look. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like
no Merc waffles, no syrup, no jelly, nothing.
YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you reach the end of the video, make sure you put no Merc in the comments, alright? If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, alright? HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.